Hey BremSter everyone! I'm truly grateful for the incredible Sudoku for Sven fundraiser you hosted. Your support means the world to me. And to show my appreciation, I'd love for you and your community to propose up to 5 new features for SudokuPad, so then I can select one of those to implement next. Thanks again for everything, and I can't wait to see your creative suggestions.
So there you have it. About a month ago, I started the Sven drive, where I got people to go to Sven's Ko-fi page and donate, and then I matched a certain amount of money, and it raised, I think in Australian dollars, over $1,000 Australian for Sven, which I think is absolutely phenomenal for the piece of work he put in. And as a thank you, Sven has agreed for us to gather up the 5 most popular suggestions that people from my community would like to see added as a feature to SudokuPad, and then we will go from there. So what I'm asking people to do is on this video, and we'll refer people back to this video, leave comments below as to not so much about the puzzle on this one, but more about what features you think should be added to SudokuPad. Now, very complex features may not be out of the scope or anything, but so I don't know what the scale is. Sven didn't detail it, but leave comments below about what features you would like to see added. Feel free to respond to other people's comments with refinements and everything like that. Upvote suggestions that you think are good. We will be looking at heavily upvoted comments. And the features that get the most upvotes, we will then pass through, and I will work with pass those on to Sven, and we will see what comes of it. The reason I think he wants 5 suggestions is there's just some things that I think would be either technically too challenging or won't work with the software the way it is. So I think he needs some options. But yeah, I will. Let's get together and make some suggestions. I'm not going to get involved in this one, even though I did send a lot of money through. I'm going to let the community have a say in this one. So everyone leave suggestions as to ways to improve SudokuPad below. And as I said, keep coming back and re-engage. Have a look at the suggestions that other people have made. I think this is a good opportunity for us all to get some feedback, and he will apparently prioritize one of them. So let's see how that goes. In order to do this, this was a puzzle that was created by FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards. And I know they had a feature recently for the Sven drive. And so I'm bringing that puzzle out in order to celebrate this, because I needed someone who's going to be happy that the comments below are not going to be about the puzzle at all. But I do puzzle videos, so this is going to be a puzzle video. So this is Oxford Murder by FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards, and all of the comments below I'm hoping are going to be about SudokuPad and Sven. So let's have a look at this puzzle. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have cages. So digits in cages must sum to the value in the upper left corner of the cage. Digits cannot repeat within cages would normally be written, but that's not possible in this puzzle. And we have quadruples. So digits in a quadruple circle must be placed in at least one of the 4 cells touching that circle. I don't know the difficulty of this puzzle at all. This didn't go through testing, so I trust FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Lots of features in SudokuPad. If you are interested in how you can donate to Sven's Ko-fi is up in the hamburger menu in the top left, which is good. And if you'd like to support BremSter, all of the details on how to do that via Patreon or Ko-fi or just joining my YouTube channel should be below. Let's have a look at the puzzle. So, and of course, like, subscribe, all of that sort of stuff. And Sven has a YouTube channel as well, which you can access via the hamburger menu. And go follow Sven as well. He does, you see the development of the tool over there. Let's focus on I'm going to restart again. That way I'm back in the puzzle mindset. So what do I know about this puzzle? So the 15 cages in box 5 are screaming at me, because if that sums to 15 and those sum to 15, I know those sum to 15, because an entire box of a Sudoku will contain all of the digits from 1 to 9. The sum of the digits 1 to 9 is 45, and 45 minus 30 is 15. So we've got 3 15 cages. Now, I do know that means that each of these 15 cages, there are 3 of them, one of them is those 3, will have a low digit, a middle digit, and a high digit. So because the only way to make 15 cages is with either a low, a mid, and a high, or as 4, 5, 6. And if I make one of these 4, 5, 6, I don't have a low, a mid, and a high for the other one. But I'm not sure how that's helping me yet. I know this is either 6, 9 or 7, 8. And I know that can't be 7, so that can't be 8 because of the quadruple. I know, this is a 7 because in box 1, 7 can't go here because 7 has to be around the quadruple. In box 4, 7 can't go here because 7 has to be around the quadruple. So 7 in column 1 has to be down here, but I can't put 7 in a 6 cage. So that is a 7. Oh, and the 6 cage is known. There's only lots of stuff here. There's only 2 ways of making a 6 cage, 1, 5 or 2, 4, but I can't use 2 and 4 because 2 and 4 are over here. So this is a 1, 5. Okay, so does that restrict this 9 cage? I can't use 1, 8. I can't use 2, 7. I could use 3, 6. I can't use 4, 5. This is a 3, 6. So is that going to restrict these? Maybe, actually, that's what I might do. I'm going to use the killer calculator. I normally wouldn't. So there is a killer calculator built in, and you can access that to SudokuPad, and you can access that, I think it's through advanced here. And if it's turned on, I have it turned on. I don't often use it though. I do on very hard puzzles. It means that you can go into the killer calculator. I don't have it on my screen. I'm not sure how I could move. I can't unfortunately move it around, but when you open the killer calculator, you can click on a digit to say that that digit is definitely in that cage, or click on it again to say it's definitely not. So of these 7 ways of making up a 3-cell 12 cage, if I could now double click on 3 and double click on 6, and it's now telling me there's only 2 possible ways of making that cage, 1, 2, 9 and 1, 4, 7. So it is telling me that there is a 1 in that cage. Let's show off the feature of the tool. Okay. So this 19 cage, it can't have a 7, it can't have a 1, which it never could anyway, and it can't have a 5. So it's telling me 2, 8, 9 and 4, 6, 9. So there is definitely a 9 in that cage. I don't know that this is the way for me to do this. So what are the... oh, this isn't a 6, so this isn't a 9 because of the 3, 6 looking down. Now, is it this, I wonder? So a 9 cage. This could be 2, 3, 4 and that a 5, but this can't be a 1, 2, 6 cage, because if this is 1, 2, 6, this would have to be 3 or 5. And if this 9 isn't 1, 2, 6, and you can just click on the 1, 2, 6 bar in the killer calculator to say it's not that option, it must have a 3 in it. It's either 1, 3, 5 or 2, 3, 4. So there must be a 3 in this, which means the 3 is not in those, and the 3 is not in those. Oh, I could have got that from just the quadruple. So the 3 has to be down here, and now we know there is a 3 in one of those 2 cells, because I can't put it there, because then it wouldn't be around the quadruple. So there's a 3 in here with 2 other digits that sum to 13 to make the 16 cage work. So it's either 9, well, I need 2 other digits in here that sum to 13. So that's the 1. So there's no 1 there, because if I put a 1 and a 3 in this 16 cage, the other digit would need to be 12, and that doesn't work. So this is either 9, 4, sorry, yeah, it's 3 and another 2 digits that sum to 13. 9, 4, 8, 5, or 7, 6. But what is this 8 now? I can't use 1, 7. I could use 2, 6. I can't use 3, 5. And I could have got that from the quadruple. Actually, I should look at this straight away. I should look at these quadruples because all of the others have been forced. The 12 cage, it can be 9, 3. It can't be 8, 4. It could be 7, 5. Okay, so this one is less powerful. Okay. But this is 2, 6. So this is 9, 4, 8, 5. It can't be 7, 6. But now 6 is down here for the quadruple reason. $19. I can't put both 2 and 4 into a 19 cage. I think this is the trick. I can't put both 2 and 4 into a 19 cage because if I did, the other digit would need to be 13. So the 2 and the one of them has to be outside the cage. So this is either 2, 9, 8. So it's either 2, 9, 8 or 4, 9 with 6. But up here, I can't put both 7 and 9 into a 12 cage because then this cage would already be 16. So there's a 7 or a 9 in here. Is it the same? It was the same up here. Is it down here? Yeah, I can't put both 6 and 8 into an 11 cage. So this is 6 or 8. Is that doing much? Well, this one is telling me 1 is in one of those two. So there's no 1 in this 11 cage. And of course, there is a trick here, of course, which is because we've had to use cosmetic cages rather than a total on the cage to put the 11 in, because otherwise the 11 would be partially hidden by the quadruple clue. The killer calculator doesn't work on these. So there's never perfects with the tools. So there's no 1 in the 11 cage. If I don't use a 2 in the cage, 3, 4, 5, yeah, there must be a 2 in this 11 cage. So it's 2 and 2 digits, because 3, 4, 5 sums to 12, so that doesn't work. So there's 2 and then 2 digits that sum to 9. Now I can't use 1, 8 because I can't use 1, and I can't use 2, 7. So it's with 3, 6. Well, it can't be 4, 5. This can't be 2, 4, 5, because if it was 2, 4, 5, that would have to be both 6 and 8. So this is 2, 3, 6. And that's the 8. That puts 3 in one of those cells. But the 2, 3, 6 means this isn't 3, 9. This is 5, 7. Which puts 5 up here. There's probably more on these quadruples. Like that's a 2, 3, or a 6, which is not 5, 7, or 9. So that's a 5, 7, 9. That's not a 1, that's a 1. That's cool. What's this triple? 1, 4, 9? So this 22 cage doesn't have a 5 in it. Well, it must have a 9 because of the way that works. Now, if it has... Hang on, how do I make 22? Let's use the calculator. 5, 8, 9 or 6, 7, 9, but I can't put 5 in because 5s are in here. If I put a 5 in this cage, say I put a 5 here, then both of those would need to be 5. So there's no 5 in this cage. This is 6, 7, 9. And the 6, 7, 9 makes that the 5, which takes 5 out of both of those because I need to put the 7 and the 9 around the quadruple. That puts 5 in this cage with the 3. So this is 1, 3, 5. And that's not the 5. Oh, and there's no 1 in either of those. So that's the 3, that's the 5, that's the 1. The 3 makes that the 6 and that the 3. The 6 looks back, making that the 2 and that the 6. That quadruple's done. I've still got a 3 in this cage to do. So it's either 3, 4, 9, 3, 5, 8. It can't be 3, 6, 7. 6 is in one of those two by the quadruple, because that can't be a 6. So that is not a 6. Oh, those two ones mean those aren't the ones. I should have done that ages ago. That's the one. This is a 4-9 pair, taking 9 out of there. Meaning, yeah, I already had 4 around this quadruple, so that didn't help. Can I put a 1, a 3, or a 5 in that 19 cage? If I put a 1 in, so if this cell was a 1, no, it can't be. I can't put a 1 here. If this was a 3, this would be 3, 9. But I need to put a 2 or a 4 in the cage. So if this was 3, 9, it'd be 3, 9, which is 12. I'd need to put a 7 in with it. So it'd be 3, 9, 7, and this cell would have to be both 2 and 4. I can't put a 3 there. If this was 5, 9, it'd be 14, and then I'd need another 5. That doesn't work either. So this can't be 1, 3, or 5. This is a 1, 3, 5. There's no 5 there, so 5 is in one of those two. That's cool. I can probably do the same up here, you know. Because these have to have two cells that sum to, there's a 1 in here. So it's 1 and 2 that sum to 11, but one of them must be 7 or 9. So it's either 9, 2 or 7, 4, none of which are 5, 6, 8. This is a 5, 6, 8. That's not a 5. So 5 is in one of those two and in one of those two. So those are where the 5s must be in those columns. I could have got that from the quadruple if I was paying more attention. This is weird fun. I still don't know I fully understand it. Now, this is the high digit in this 15K, so I need to put a low and a middle digit in. The middle digit is not 5. So it's either 4 or 6, but I'm not so... Where's 5 in this row? Right, where's 5 in this row? Because I can't put 5 in either of those cells. Actually, I think that 5 pencil mark is wrong. No, it's not. I can't put 5 in either of those cells because the 5s on these quadruples have to be there. So 5 can't be in the 15 cage. It can't be in either of those. It can't be in any of those because the 5 looking down and that's a 1. This is 3 and 5, making that the 6. These aren't 3. That's very cool. That's not enough to restrict this yet, but this can't be a high digit. If it's low, so it's 2, 4, or 6 is what I'm learning. Because it's got to either be low or mid because of the entropic nature of 15 cages. The only low digit is 2 and the only middle digits are 4 and 6. This is similar. 2, 3, 4, or 6. Hmm. Four, 9. So 4 is in one of those two. This... Wait a minute, 2 is in one of those two, interestingly enough, because 2 is in that cage and 2 is around that quadruple. So 2 is in one of those two. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Yeah, I'm not fully understanding this. But that's very BremSter, not having a clue what I'm doing. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 8, and 9. Well, that's not a 9 because of the 7, 9 looking at it. So this 13, it's got a 3 with either 4, 9 or 5, 8. 3, 5 with 8 there. It'd be 3, 5, 8. Or if it's 4, 9, these would be 4 and 9, and that would be 8. I'm not seeing that break. I need to put a high digit in one of those. I don't think that's it either. Hang on. 1 can't be in those. 1 can't be in those. 1 can't be there or there. 1 is in one of those two. So this 15 cage... This virtual 15 cage has a 1 in it and 2 digits that sum to 14. So, which is either 9, 5 or 8, 6. So this isn't a 3. So this is either 1, 9, 5. If that was a... But I can't put... Oh, I could put a 5 there. 1, 9, 5 or 1, 8, 6. So this is 9, 5 or 8, 6 and it can't be 5. So this is only 6, 8 or 9. It's 195 or 186. Can't be 5. 289 or 469. This one is 129 or 147. This would be 129. If it's 147, I'm not seeing the same restriction. Okay, what is it I've missed? I'll bet you it's obvious as heck. Like 7 in this, I can't put 7 in this cage. So 7 is up here. Which means 7 is down here, but what am I missing? I feel it's this box. One of those has to be 2 or 3. That could be 3, but that could be 2 or 3, but that could be 2, I think. 3 in this box has to be vertical, because I can't put 3 in any of these cells. So 3 is in one of those two, which is interesting, which puts 3 in one of those two. Now I can't put 3 in this cage, because this is either 298 or 496. So 3 is down here, saying that's not the 3, that's the 3. There's some weird stuff going on here, but I really feel like I've missed an important deduction. 1 is down here somewhere. This is 8, 6. Sorry, 8, 7 or 9, 6. If this is 9, 6, that's an 8. And these are 1, 8, 6. Sorry, 1, 8, 6. Like that is 6, that is 6, and everything seems to just work. It's probably this. Okay. 1, 2. I can put a 3, 4, 5. I've got 6. I can't put 7. So there's a 4 or a 5 and an 8 or a 9 in here. If it's a 5, it's there. If it's a 4, I'm not restricted on 4s. That's the thing. Is it that quadruple? Oh, Lord. That's been there forever. 2 can't go in any of those or any of those. So that's a 2. So this can't be 129. This is 147. That's been there forever. That's the 9. That's 147. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 go into those. That means 5 is down here. So this is 3, 5, and that is 8. That has been there forever. Those 2 quadruples. Well, you can't say that I solved this one efficiently. This is 4, 7 for the row. There's still a 2 in one of those. I'm not sure which. 1, 4, 7, which means 4 is in one of those 2. Seven is in one of those 3, but I don't know. 2 in this box now is in one of these. So that's not the 2, that's the 2. Which means this isn't a 2. So that's high, that's mid. This has to be low. It has to be 2 or 3. But it could be either. So what's the makeup of this cage? There's no 8 in it. There's no 5 in it. And there's no 1 in it. So 249, or hang on, this is only 249 or 267. Because if I put a 3 in here, these two digits would have to sum up to 12, which would have to be either 93 or 75, and I can't do either of them. That's the 2. So that's the 3. Now these digits need to sum up to 12, which could be 8, 4, can't be 6, 6, or 5, 7. So this is a 4, 6, 7 triple. So there's no 6 there. How's that working? This is a little tricky. Or I'm a little blind. Or both. Probably both. Both? Why not both? Okay. So there's a 7 in one of those two now. So that's not a 7. That 9 says that's not a 9. So 9 is here. 9 is in one of those 3, but that's still not making that not a 9. This is a triple though. This is 489 as a triple. So that is a 489 triple. So that is not an 8. So 8 is in one of those two. I feel I'm woofing this puzzle terribly. 8 is in one of those as well. So that's not, oh, that's not an 8. These are 4, 7, and 9. I really feel like I'm woofing this. Oh, that's the high digit. So that can't be high because these sum to 15. There's no high digit in here. So this is... So this is, if this is a 9, these have to sum to 6, so they'd be 1 and 5. If this is an 8, these would be 1 and 6. Right. But now, oh no. That's a high digit, that's a high digit. One of those two is a high digit. Yeah. I'm not... Wow. Sometimes I feel like I'm just making... Why am I directing so many people to this video? Sometimes I feel like I'm just making myself look like an idiot. Oh, the 2 in this. That 2, of course, says it's not there. That's the 2. These now have to sum to 17. No, that is not the 2. Because 2 could be there. Actually, if I put a 2 in this cage, it's 289. But that works. Oh. This 3 takes 3 out of those. That's 2. That's 6. No, wait, is that right? Yes, that's 6. That's 3. And now there has to be a 2 in one of those two, but that 2 looks down, making that the 2. This is now 4, 9. 4, 9 is 13. So this is 4, 6, 9. There's no 6 in either of those. That's the 6. This is a 4, 9. Now, there's a 9 looking down, making that the 4 and that the 9. That's not the 4, that's the 4. The 6 comes out of those. That's the 6. This 7, 9. This has been tricky. This is 5, this is 7, because of the 7, 9 looking across. The 5 looks back, making that the 1 and that the 5. These are 1, 2, and 8. Now, there's no 1 or 2 there. That's the 8. So I take the 8 out of those. That's a 1, 2 pair. So 1, 2, 3, and 8 go into those. Not sure on that yet. This 3 means that's not a 3 because I still need to fit 1, 3, 5 around here. So 3 is in one of those two for the box because I can't put 3 in any of those. So 3 is in one of those two, which make that the 8 and that the 3. The 8 looks like making that the 5 and that the 8. These are the geometry tricks I probably needed to use earlier. And probably still do and will fail to. Because still feeling a little lost. So these, the 7, 9 says that's not the 9. So 1, 2, this has to be 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 3. That's weird. The 4 looks like making that the 1. So I can take 1 out of there. This is a 4, 7. The 6 looks up, more importantly, making that the 5, which means that's the 8 and that's the 6 for the quadruple. The 5 also makes that the 1 and that the 5. Now that 5 means these have to sum to 10. So they're 9 and 1. This can't be another middle. This is the 1, therefore this is the 9. The 9 makes that the 7. I could have used these a while ago, I think, because that's 11. That has to be the 4. This has to be the 6. The 6 jumps over, making that the 7, making that the 8, which makes that the 4 and that the 9. This isn't the 7. The digit that I'm missing from this cage is a 6. Now, there's no 9 or 8 here. That's the 4, which makes that the 8. The 4 looks like making that the 9, taking 9 out of both of those. The 7 makes that the 9, which looks down, making that the 4 and that the 9. And then this 4 looks up making that the 7 and that the 4. This 5 looks up making that the 3 and that the 5. These are now known. They're 2 and 7, and I'll use that 2 to make that the 7 and that the 2. This is beautiful. I just struggled with it. The 1 looks down making that the 2 and that the 1. The 9 looks down making that the 7 and that the 9. This is a pair in the row. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 8 and 9. So these are not 6, but these are 8 and 9. And that 9 means that's the 8, that's the 9. This 4 looks like making that 7, that 4, that 7. This is a pair, which is 2 and 4. I'll use that 4 to make that the 2 and that the 4. 28 minutes. Okay, probably, and I'm going to try and keep remembering to like puzzles. Probably should have been able to do that one faster, especially considering I was using the killer calculator, but that's the way it goes, particularly when you are solving a puzzle completely blind like this. The important thing about this video is please leave comments below and tell other people that this is on, because the comments below are going to drive the development of SudokuPad. It is going to happen. Sven and I are going to, mostly Sven, but we're going to work through the comments, and based on the number of upvotes and everything, a feature, the top 5 will be sent through to Sven, and that will happen. Sven may comment. I'm hoping once this comes out, Sven will engage with people and talk about feasibility and stuff, but I can't speak for Sven's time. But yes, let's try and see if we can do something to make this tool that we all use better. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone who supported Sven. Please consider doing so when you can, whether I'm running a drive or not. He is a incredibly valuable member of the community, and for all of the work he does for us. It's the way we can really help him keep doing it. Yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.